The moment the door closed behind me, my heart skipped a beat. I had expected a quick, polite introduction, maybe some small talk, a cup of tea, and a friendly smile from my boyfriend's mom. But the sound of that door clicking shut felt heavier than it should have. Suddenly, the warm living room didn't feel quite so welcoming. I looked at her face, trying to read her expression. Was she nervous? Upset? Or was I just imagining things? I had no idea that what was about to happen would change the way I understood kindness forever. Before we continue, if you enjoy emotional stories that remind us how powerful kindness can be, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps this community grow and spread positivity. And welcome to your channel name, where every story reminds us that a small act of kindness can change someone's life. Now, let me tell you what really happened that day. It all started on a quiet Saturday afternoon. My boyfriend Ethan had been asking me for weeks to come meet his mom. We had been dating for almost 8 months, and he kept saying, "She's going to love you." But meeting a partner's parent is always a little nerve-wracking. What if she doesn't like me? I joked while we drove to her house. Ethan laughed. Trust me. My mom is the nicest person you'll ever meet. The neighborhood was peaceful and beautiful, tree-lined streets, cozy houses with front porches, and kids riding bikes in the distance. It felt like the kind of place where everyone knew each other. When we pulled into the driveway, I took a deep breath. Ready? Ethan asked with a smile. As ready as I'll ever be, I said. His mom opened the door before we even knocked. She looked to be in her late 50s, with soft gray streaks in her brown hair and warm eyes that seemed to smile before her lips did. "You must be Sarah," she said, pulling me into a gentle hug. "I've heard so much about you." Instant relief washed over me. "Thank you for having me," I said. "Oh honey, you're family now. Come in." The house smelled like fresh cookies and cinnamon. Sunlight poured through the windows, lighting up framed photos on the walls, Ethan as a kid, school pictures, family vacations. We sat in the living room talking and laughing. She asked me about my job, my childhood, and what I loved doing in my free time. It felt easy, comfortable. But after about 20 minutes, Ethan suddenly stood up. "Oh shoot," he said, checking his phone. "I forgot I promised my friend I'd help him move a couch today." I looked at him, surprised. "Now?" "It'll only take about half an hour," he said quickly. "You two can keep talking. Mom loves you already." His mom chuckled. "Go help your friend. Sarah and I will be just fine." Ethan kissed my cheek and headed out the door. That's when everything changed. As soon as the front door closed behind him, his mom stood up slowly. Then she walked over, and gently shut the living room door too. The quiet that followed felt different. My stomach tightened. Had I said something wrong earlier? Was this the moment she told me I wasn't good enough for her son? She sat across from me and looked at me carefully. "Sarah," she said softly. "Yes?" I asked Ethan to leave. I blinked in confusion. "You asked him to leave?" She nodded. "I wanted to talk to you alone." My heart started beating faster. "Oh, okay," I said carefully. She took a deep breath, like someone preparing to say something important. "Ethan told me a little about your life," she said. "About your mom passing away 2 years ago. About how you've been taking care of your younger sister." My throat tightened. I didn't talk about that much. "Yes," I said quietly. She looked down for a moment before continuing. "You know," she said gently, "when Ethan was 10 years old, I was a single mom working 2 jobs. Things were really hard." Her voice carried a quiet honesty. "There were days I didn't know how we would pay the bills. Days I cried after he went to sleep because I felt like I was failing him." I listened carefully. I remember one particular winter, she continued. Money was so tight that I couldn't afford Christmas presents. I felt ashamed. She paused, smiling faintly at the memory. But our neighbor, a woman I barely knew, showed up at our door with a box of gifts and groceries. I felt warmth in her words. She told me something I've never forgotten, Ethan's mom said. What did she say? I asked. She said, kindness isn't about having a lot. It's about seeing someone who needs a little hope. The room fell quiet again. Then she looked directly into my eyes. When Ethan told me about you, about everything you've been carrying on your shoulders, I saw myself in your story. Emotion rose in my chest. You're strong, she said softly. But strength can get lonely. I swallowed hard. I didn't bring you here to judge you, she continued. I brought you here because sometimes people who take care of everyone else need someone to take care of them too. Then she stood up and walked to the kitchen. A moment later, she returned with a small box. She placed it gently in front of me. What's this? I asked. Open it. Inside the box were gift cards, grocery cards, and an envelope. My eyes widened. I can't accept this, I said immediately. Yes, you can, she said kindly. The envelope held a handwritten note. It read, for the sister who stepped up when life got hard. For the young woman who keeps going even when no one sees the struggle. This isn't charity. It's kindness being passed forward. Tears filled my eyes. I don't even know what to say, I whispered. She reached across the table and held my hand. Say you'll do the same for someone else someday. That's when the front door opened again. Ethan walked back in. Hey! That was faster than I. He stopped when he saw my tear-streaked face. What happened? His mom smiled gently. Nothing bad, she said. I stood up and hugged him. She just reminded me how good people can be. Ethan looked confused. What did she do? His mom winked. Just a little kindness. That day changed something inside me. Before that afternoon, I thought kindness was about small gestures, holding doors, smiling at strangers, helping someone carry groceries. But I realized kindness can also mean seeing someone's silent battles, and choosing to stand beside them. Over the next year, life slowly got easier. My sister finished school. I got a better job. Things started falling into place. But I never forgot the lesson Ethan's mom taught me. And one day, I got the chance to pass it forward. I was at a grocery store when I noticed a young mother at the register. Her card kept getting declined while her little boy stood beside her holding a box of cereal. The look on her face. I recognized it immediately. It was the same look Ethan's mom once had. And the same one I probably had that day in her living room. So I stepped forward. Hey, I said gently to the cashier. I've got this. The woman looked shocked. You don't have to do that. I smiled. Someone once did it for me. Her eyes filled with tears. And in that moment, I realized something beautiful. Kindness doesn't stop with one person. It travels. From neighbor to mother. From mother to stranger. From stranger to the next person who needs hope. So if you're watching this today, remember something important. You never know what someone else is carrying. A kind word, a small gesture, a moment of understanding, can mean more than you'll ever realize. Because sometimes, the door that closes behind you, is actually opening the moment that changes your life. And if this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder that kindness still exists in this world. Until next time, keep choosing kindness. It always finds its way back. Red Heart.